okay?
Yes.
All right, I'm not going to yell in your ear. I'm just standing over here. All right. My apologies. I brought a clean shirt, but as you can see, I'm in shorts. So just blame it on the Yankee. I've been here a year, okay? A little bit background of where I'm coming from on this. I moved to Tennessee a year ago this week. There's a no refund policy. I know some people want to send me back, but
no, as long as you vote right.
We'll be fine then. I'd never been to Tennessee until I bought my house here in April of 2020. Never been to the state. I was done with Connecticut, and that perspective, what we're seeing now with an out-of-control federal government, is exactly what I've lived under for 43 years. And it's spreading like wildfire, and what are we going to do to stop it? And the crazy thing is, there's a lot of people like me who are from blue states who are very conservative. We do exist, and we don't want that nonsense here. And I spent a lot of time learning about how Tennessee works, and I came up with what I'm going to present to you in very short form. I have 10 minutes. Thank you, Gary. I want to ask you a question. What did we do before social media? We talked to each other. We have a horrible bias with big tech. They rig elections. They ban us from Facebook. They kick off our websites from their servers. And we get so tied up in that. And one of the very first things I learned about East Tennessee is relationships are so important here. It's very different from where I come from. It's neither good nor bad, it's just that's the way it is. And I got a flyer in my mailbox from a guy named Mike Mitchell. Some of you know him. He lives 2 streets over from me. God has a sense of humor, putting the two of us near each other. And it's fun. And it dawned on me, this was what gave me this idea. And we know we can't fix Washington, D.C. today or next week. Andy's bill that I completely support gives us as far of a ground as we can go to get back into dealing with D.C. It's not perfect. It's better than what we got, and it gets us on the road where we need to be. I'm focused on, I live in the People's Republic of Farragut. The nonsense that goes on there went on in Connecticut. Some of you may know what I did when that went on. I don't like limits on free speech. I don't like harassing businesses where they tell them what color to paint the sign and where to put it. It's just not okay. If you don't like it, don't look at it. That's how I was raised. You don't like the TV show? Change the channel. So, what I came up, and the third thing here is I had to take some notes. We've got to win in Republican primaries. Many of you have heard me complain about bad Republicans I don't like down here. I come from a state that the Republicans gave the income tax to Connecticut 30 years ago, and a third of the state's on minimum wage, and there's no business left. These small towns are ghost towns because of what the Republicans haven't done in 30 years in Connecticut. They're just Democrats. They're actually to the left of Democrats down here, and it's really sad. And what I came up with after learning in my short time here, 10,000 voter initiative. I came up with 10,000. It's 25% of the 2018 primary. 25% in that primary is going to make or break who wins and who loses. How do we go about doing that? The Democrats are organized. They have field people down in Knox County. And they're pushing dictator. I call Knoxville now Kincanistan. I like that kind of parody. And I mean, she's a communist. I'm going to tell you that. I don't have a filter. I haven't been here long enough. Maybe I'll never have one. But, I mean, this is communism, what they're doing here. And we've got to call it that. We've got to be ready for it. I've been fighting it. I've dealt with these people. I understand it. I don't know everything. But people who represent leaving a blue state, when you talk to them the right way, it clicks. And you'll meet a lot of us. We're invading because we want freedom and want to be left alone like everyone else. We just talk a little differently, and we like 16-inch pizza, which is a thing I got to find down here. So, how do we go find people? The traditional Dino's running for office. I'm picking on you because you're standing right here with that nice name tag. So what's Dino going to do? He's going to go knock on everyone's door. Now, if I haven't met him, or I haven't met JJ, actually I haven't met you, I'll say hi to you in a bit. But if I haven't met you, you come at my door, I'm like, who are you? I don't know you. But you do what Mike Mitchell did, put a flyer in my newspaper mailbox and goes, they're going to put 1,000 apartments in Farragut. Where are we going to put that? That's my first response. Where are we going to put that? Concord Road, they've been digging up since I've been here a year, and the cones are still there. Huh?
It's a state.
Okay.
It's a state road.
I don't understand. Again, I grew up outside New York City. I am a New Yorker. I talk like one, not too much, but a little bit. And it's like, get it done. It's been a year. Like, what are you doing? So, Mike Mitchell would come and gets to know me. I get to know him. Boy, I like this guy. He's been busting chops for decades. I like him. This is my kind of guy. He lives 2 streets over. Mike Mitchell calls me up in May. Now, I've never voted for a judge. I don't know anything about it. We don't even have, Connecticut doesn't even have county government or sheriffs. They got rid of that, and that's why it's a communist state. Sheriffs are a check. So he calls me up. I don't know who to vote for. He says, hey, go vote for this guy, and vote for this person for sheriff, vote for this person, and all these judgeships, and they're called chanceries, I think. Am I getting it right? I can't even get it right yet. So I don't even know what I'm. But this is who you're meeting. When you see people down here, that's where they're coming from. And if you can go and meet them, go. And here's my challenge for you: go throughout your day. Do what you do. Do you know your neighbors? Do you know your mailman? I've had 2 mailmen since I've been here, RB and Chris. The first guy is a Republican. Second guy is a military guy. I haven't asked him yet, but I can tell you he's not a Democrat. You just talk to them. I went to Staples to go get something I needed. And they all start talking to me. Oh, yeah, they're all not liberals. Go throughout your day, know your neighbors, know the people from church, know the people from who cuts my deli meat. Well, one of them is a big Second Amendment guy. How do I know? Because I make jokes about it. Go talk to people. And then when it's time to vote, if they know nothing else in the world, but they've met you and they have your number, what are they going to do? They're going to say, well, geez, I know who I'm going to vote for governor or Congress in the primary, but who else am I going to vote for after that? Who are these guys with these chanceries? I don't understand any of that. And you're the only person that they know. And they like you and they trust you and they know you're real. Who are they going to vote for? The people you like. And the Democrats are out there with their ground game. And we have to adapt and reinvent what we're doing. As Republicans, I'm a conservative first. What do? That's what we do, is we just go about our day. Don't do anything crazy. Don't walk a mile out of your way. But I go out walking at night. I stop by, met someone else who's helping us in Farragut. There's going to be turnover in Farragut next year. Every one of them is going to have an opponent, and they're already losing the PR battle because someone finally challenged them. I don't know who that is, but it might be my evil twin. But you just got to challenge these people, and go meet people. Go do your normal day, but think about it a little differently. Who you can talk to. Just have friendly conversations. Get to know. Do what we're Southern. Everyone's friendly to everybody here. And that was what I had learned. It's hard to believe I moved here a year ago. And it's been a wild experience. My cousin Vinny's a true story. I actually know people who talk like that. It's actually, I know a lot like that. But we have this world changing. And we outnumber these Democrats 2-1. They shouldn't be close. They shouldn't even come near us, even in the city races. Bless you. And that was what I asked. Gary, thank you for giving me time to share that. But I'm working with Stan Minner. We have the West Knox Conservative Club. We're helping Andy with his venture, which I support, the 17th Amendment workaround. And we're doing this stuff. We're teaching people how to talk about issues. There's all kinds of new people joining the Republican Party. And that's a topic for another time. But with what's going on today, we have new voters. And I'll just leave with one story because I want to challenge everyone to think about this. I vaccinated all of my kids. And one of my homeschool friends talked to me in late 2019 about how they're going to mandate vaccines in Connecticut. And I don't know about you, but I think I'm smart enough to make my own decisions. They may not think that, but that's okay. They went to Harvard. But so I got involved and met these people. Like, I don't even know the issues. By the time we were done, because the mom never ever cross a mommy, 5,000 people showed up to the Capitol in early 2020. I have the photo on my phone. The Democrats rammed it out of committee and hid under their desk for the rest of session. They had a 23-hour public hearing. By Connecticut law, once it starts, it can't end until everyone's done talking. 23 hours, 5,000 mommies in the freezing cold in February, and they were hiding under their desks. Democrats had almost a 2-to-1 majority. Those moms are the biggest army for the Republican Party in Connecticut. They're all former Democrats. Almost all of them are former Democrats. They are, some of them have what I call rainbow bright hair. Some of them have what I jokingly say fell on a bag of bolts and some stuck. But I have earrings and earlobes and all that stuff. And you want to know something? They have a lot of the same values we do. And what's going on now is changing the paradigm the way it did under Ronald Reagan. And that's one of the groups. I just want to give that one story, but there's a lot of change. And part of it, I watched it go right in front of my face. And all the Democrats, all these moms do is just, they just hit every Democrat's Facebook page. It's fun to watch. Because they hate them. Because, why? Because that's their issue. They have a reason for it. And if I hit my 10? Great. Thank you for listening to me. I wanted to share that. If you're interested in the future, I have some other ideas about how we talk about issues, some of the other stuff. You'll see me on Facebook. That is me. I'm out of jail. I had a 30-day rip. So thank you for your time today. Gary, thank you for having me.